Season 2 Finale Recap. Get ready for the return of Rising Impact. Season 3 is just around the corner, and we're diving into all the juicy details. From release date predictions to character return speculation, we've got everything you need to know before the new season drops. Season 2 of Rising Impact wrapped up with a jaw-dropping finale that left fans reeling. Let's break down the key moments that had us on the edge of our seats. We saw the dramatic showdown between Gawain and the national champion, a battle that not only tested skill, but emotional endurance. Meanwhile, Utsugi's disappearance just moments before the final round raised serious questions. Where did he go, and why? Perhaps the most haunting moment came in the last few seconds, a mysterious figure watching the tournament from the shadows. Who are they, and what role will they play moving forward? These cliffhangers set the stage for what could be the most intense season yet. With Gawain's inner conflict unresolved and Team Rising still facing external threats, Season 3 could take a much darker turn. And fans, they're losing their minds. The community is buzzing with theories, from secret mentors to hidden bloodlines. Everyone wants to know, what's next? Season 3 release date speculation. Looking at the series' release history, Season 1 aired in early spring, while Season 2 followed roughly 14 months later. If that pattern holds, we could be looking at a release window between late summer and early fall of next year. But there are variables. Animation schedules, potential delays in voice acting, and even licensing negotiations could push things further. Plus, with recent teasers from the studio suggesting big things coming in 2026, a spring release might be more realistic. Our best guess, a premiere between March and May 2026, with trailers possibly dropping as early as December. Plot predictions and theories. Now let's talk theories. Season 2 left us with a treasure trove of clues, and the creators haven't been shy about teasing fans. In a recent interview, the showrunner hinted at a complete breakdown and rebuilding of Gawain's identity. That sounds like more than just character development. It hints at a full-on transformation arc. One popular theory, Utsugi may be connected to the mysterious figure at the end and could even be working against the team. Others believe we'll dive deeper into Curious Past, uncovering secrets that could change the game entirely. And what about the rumored international tournament? If Season 3 introduces new rivals from across the globe, we could see a major expansion of the Rising Impact universe. Potential character returns. Let's talk about those characters we didn't see or barely see in Season 2. Airi's departure mid-season left fans speculating she'd return in a critical moment. That never happened. Could Season 3 be her comeback? Then there's Kai. Last seen in Season 1, his story felt far from over. Fans are practically begging for closure or a redemption arc. The return of these characters could dramatically shift the team dynamic, bring unresolved conflicts back to the surface, or even introduce unexpected alliances. Call to action and conclusion. So what do you think is going to happen in Season 3? Who do you hope returns? Drop your theories, hopes, and wildest predictions in the comments. We want to hear them all. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next update. We'll be covering every leak, announcement, and trailer as it drops. Season 3 is shaping up to be bigger, bolder, and more emotional than ever before. Whether you're here for the action, the drama, or the characters, we'll be ready when it returns. Until then, stay hyped.
Okay, you can really feel it, can't you? The buzz around Rising Impact coming back for Season 3 is just, it's electric.
It really is.
And if you were like us, just completely stunned by that Season 2 finale, you know, the one that just glued you to your seat.
Oh, yeah, left everyone reeling.
Exactly. Then you're definitely in the right place for this.
It was just, wow, what a cliffhanger. Right. And that's really why we wanted to do this deep dive. Our mission, sort of, is to cut through all the noise. We're going to sift through, every little clue the creators have maybe dropped.
Yeah, little breadcrumbs.
Exactly. And mix those with the biggest community theories, plus some solid thoughts on the release date. We just want to help you get a handle on what might be coming next.
Okay, perfect. So let's quickly touch on those big moments from season 2 that left us hanging. Remember that showdown? Gawain versus the national champ.
How could anyone forget?
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about, like, skill in the course. It really felt like this test of his emotional strength, his endurance. Made him face his own stuff.
It really did. It felt quite unique for a sports series, that psychological angle.
Definitely.
And, what's fascinating is how that intense fight sort of perfectly set up Utsugi just vanishing.
Right before the final round.
Yep, just gone. So the huge question is, where did he go? And, like, why then? That one thing, it just flips everything we thought we knew about the team, about loyalty.
It really does.
Yeah.
And then maybe the most chilling part, that figure.
Oh, yeah.
Watching from the shadows in the very, very last seconds.
So creepy.
It just leaves you thinking, who is that?
Yeah.
And what's their game? What are they going to do to the team, especially when things felt so shaky already?
That's the million-dollar question.
These things, Gawain's inner turmoil still bubbling, Utsugi gone, this mystery person, it all just screams that season 3 could get, well, a lot darker.
Yeah.
More intense.
Absolutely. The way they left things, especially with Utsugi, it points to a really big shift, maybe less straightforward sports competition.
And more.
It's
just
really
like a thriller.
Yeah, maybe. It feels like the stakes have been raised way beyond just winning the next match.
So today, we're going to try and unpack all of it. We'll look at some wild fan ideas, secret mentors, hidden family ties. You know the stuff.
Oh, the theories are great.
Right. All the way to, like, actual concrete clues about when we might finally get to see season 3.
Yep, let's get into it. This could honestly be the biggest season yet.
Okay, so pulling all that together, what are the main predictions, the theories that really seem to have legs for season 3?
Well, probably the most compelling thing, actually, it comes straight from the showrunner.
Oh, what do they say?
They hinted at a complete breakdown and rebuild of Gawain's identity.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Breakdown and rebuild.
Yeah, and what's really insightful there, I think, is it sounds like more than just, normal character growth.
Right, not just getting better at golf.
Exactly. It suggests maybe a real deconstruction of who he is, his values. Maybe he has to face a darker side of his ambition or leadership.
Like a full-on psychological journey.
Pretty much, which is honestly a pretty bold direction for a sports anime. You don't always see that.
Wow, okay. That definitely ramps things up.
Yeah.
But how does that potential breakdown for Gawain, how does that connect with that huge fan theory? The one about Utsugi?
Ah, yes, the Utsugi connection.
Yeah, that he might be linked to that mystery figure.
Yep.
Or even like working against the team. Is Gawain's struggle internal, or is this going to be about betrayal too?
Well, that's a great question, because they could absolutely be linked. I mean, if Utsugi is working against them...
Which would be devastating.
Totally. It immediately turns Gawain's internal fight into an external one, too.
Yeah.
He'd be battling someone he trusted, right? Which could easily push him into that breakdown the showrunner mentioned.
Oh, man. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Turns his personal crisis into this bigger conspiracy almost.
Exactly. It adds layers.
Okay. And tying into that wider story, people also talking about Kiria's past, right? Getting a deeper look there.
Yeah, that's another big one. Some theories are suggesting her backstory isn't just, personal history.
What else could it be?
Well, maybe it uncovers something about, like, the power structures in the national golf scene, or maybe even reveals some family connection to that mystery figure.
Okay, so that could totally change the stakes again. It wouldn't just be about winning tournaments anymore.
Right. It hints maybe at a bigger, like, systemic challenge Team Rising has to face, something hidden.
Couldn't agree more. If Kiria's past links to some darker side of the sport itself, that elevates the whole conflict.
Yeah, it stops being just about golf and starts being about uncovering some hidden truth, much bigger.
And speaking of bigger, that rumor about an international tournament, that sounds exciting.
Oh, definitely. Introducing rivals from, all over the world.
It could make the whole thing feel massive, like the Olympics of golf or something.
Exactly. Not just a few new opponents, but maybe whole new styles of play, different philosophies even. It could really expand the Rising Impact universe.
Imagine the new character designs.
Right. And bringing in that global aspect, it also makes you wonder about familiar faces potentially returning. Like Aerie.
Yeah, exactly. The community is really buzzing about Aerie possibly coming back. Her leaving mid-season 2, it left a gap,
It really did.
Her return wouldn't just be adding another player. It could bring a whole new tactical element, maybe even new tensions inside the team.
Right. And what about Kai from season 1? His story felt, well, It didn't feel finished, did it?
Not at all. Good point. If Kai comes back, it's probably not just a quick cameo.
No way.
It could mean old conflicts with Gawain bubbling up again, or maybe he gets some kind of redemption arc. It could force the whole team to rethink things.
Opens up so many doors for, like, shifting alliances and more personal drama.
Spot on. Yeah, both Eri and Kai returning. That could seriously shake up the team dynamic, bring old issues right back to the surface,
Yeah.
make characters face their past decisions.
Okay, so with all this potential drama, when do we actually get to see it? What's the timeline looking like?
Ah, the big question. Well, based on, past seasons and the little hints the studio has dropped,
Our best guess is still looking like a release window, sometime between March and May 2026.
2026. Okay, still a bit of a wait then.
Yeah, seems likely. But
Yeah.
for everyone who really can't wait, keep your eyes peeled, maybe around December this year.
Ooh, for trailers.
Could be. Trailers might start dropping around then. December 2025.
Gotcha. Something to look forward to sooner rather than later.
Definitely feels like season 3 is shaping up to be, well, bigger, bolder, maybe more emotional than anything we've seen before from Rising Impact.
It really does. It feels like they're ready to push the boundaries.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something for you to think about.
Okay.
Given all these hints about a darker turn and that promise complete breakdown and rebuild for Gawain,
Yeah.
how do you think the show might use these really deep personal struggles, plus the rumored expansion of the world? How might they use all that to explore bigger questions, about identity, loyalty, what it really takes to rise above challenges, both personal ones and maybe now global ones too?
That's a deep question.
Right. Like, what does all this mean for the actual heart of Rising Impact as we know it? What new themes might come out of this evolution? Lots to chew on until we get more news.